right? He's worried about the lights. The lights come on back on to the guard door. He recognizes that he's going to get shocked if he walks in there. The chimps kind of like surround him and get really aggressive about the fact that he's got a banana.
Right.
So what does Caesar do? He kind of pauses for a second. He pulls the banana back, and then he shares the banana with the other 3 chimpanzees that are there.
Well, now I know that they made this in the 70s and they didn't do the research properly because chimpanzees do not open bananas
That's
that
right.
way.
We've talked about
they do
that.
it on the other
bottom
end.
bottom
they pinch
end.
the bottom of it and pull off. So
they were about to like hurt him, and he's like, he calms them down he did the orangutans.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's another one where he's the
he's
leader.
leading.
He inserts himself as the person,
like he did with the orangutans in the cage when he and calmed them all down. He's calming. He's leading again.
It's a little hard to like know where this moment is, where this is going, but recognizing what Caesar is doing now.
So
and seeing how he calmed the orangutans in the cell,
right,
and how he's now like, I'm going to share my banana, but it's so subtle that I wish it were a little more obvious. Like I wish it were dialed into the audience that he's building something.
I wouldn't have minded if he spoke, because they're so far. You look at how those cages exist. They're down a flight of stairs. They're down there in the hay shit pit. And if he had given a banana to someone and they took it and he went, good.
No. They've already showed him what he needs to do. Again, if they had been drugged or a little bit and be compliant and he didn't get his drugs, and he's seen people telling them, no. And so when the apes get around him, no. He puts them in their place.
He could do that.
When they sit down, then he becomes nice to them. And then he realizes he doesn't have to be mean with a no. He can be generous with the food.
And I think he could get a positive reinforcement to that food.
There might have been power in this moment if he talked.
I think that's exactly it. If he had spoken,
shush, just something,
right?
Shush.
If all of this occurs, that's one thing. But I want to be fair to Roddy's performance. If you really look at the other people around him, number one, by the way, Ape to the left looks like a mutant because it's almost like his
the fat ape.
All right, it's like his makeup does not fit his face.
It's a chubby ape.
So I will say this: of the 3 apes that he's talking to, 2 of them are like kind of warped and deformed. They're better masks than we saw in the first 2 films.
They're definitely
do
prosthetics,
masks.
yeah.
They're better than they were, but they're not really up to par with what we're seeing in terms of just kind of the general ape they're doing in this movie.
Yep.
They're kind of like, my jaw's disconnected. The mask is disconnected from my jaw. It's hanging over here.
That one to the left, it's like the snout is 2 times too small for his face.
But you would think that the scene would require better prosthetics on these particular actors.
Once again, though, why are we floodlighting the scene? Because I realize that when you just wash a stage,
Roddy is so genius.
Well, I want to get to his performance.
They should have put a gobo up there to make it look like cages.
They should have put bars, anything like. Again, you jump ahead to these films, the new ones, and how it feels like you're in the environment. These, it is just, you're. It's a wash. There's no texture to it, and you could have hidden those faces behind it. And plus, whoever the one is to the left, their performance as an ape is just to hold their arm up like this the whole time. It's up. It's sort of up at a right angle, and it's like whatever. But then you look at Roddy, and Roddy over in that scene, he has his shoulders slumped down a little bit like an ape, but his hips are back and his legs are spread like he's sort of over them. He has power that they don't have. I mean, holy shit, Roddy. What are these movies without him? I mean, seriously.
Nothing. I mean, he's owning this entire moment. But it's kind of hard because, again, they should have done better with the masks on these apes. The scene might not have been so hard with him sharing the banana if these masks were not quite so kind of warped or weird. They looked like they were out in the sun.
Yeah.
And this is not a spoiler for the future movies, Richard, but I do like the fact that it feels like in the first movie, this is kind of duplicated with Caesar giving out the cookies.
It is.
Like making the apes being his
But
friend.
you're talking about stuff I don't know what this is. What is that?
Caesar gave an ape.
Caesar gave the bananas.
Hey, by the way,
there is no future.
There are no future movies. This is the only movie that we're talking about right now.
There's only What's His Hottie?
What's his hottie?
What's his hottie? James Franco?
No, Marky Mark. He's in a movie, right? We're gonna watch that one at some
Andy
point.
Serkis?
Do you think Marky Mark's hot? And that's okay. I don't want to be. I don't want to be fair.
He's not hot.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't want to be unfair
Say hello to
because
your mother for me.
he bugs me as an actor. But he
Well,
seems
I don't think he's an actor.
But I look at him as a person, and I hear things he does, like for his community. I'm like, you're all right, dude. And I could see where somebody be attracted to him.
He's a great actor.
Well,
he was great in Boogie Nights. I can't
He
deny
might listen
that.
to this at some point because he's going to listen to the Minute of the Apes where we talk about
He
this
will.
movie.
And I want to be really fair. Boogie Nights, one of my favorite films.
He's not a bad person. He's actually a really good person.
That's what I'm saying is he seems like a pretty decent dude.
He's not unattractive.
It's just
and he's fit, and he's just...
I talk about actors all the time with my kid where I'm like, what I like is people like Daniel Day-Lewis where they truly are different in every role.
Oh,
he's like scary
He's
different.
like next level.
Yeah, but then you get Marky Mark, who's the same in every role he does. And
That's anybody that's like a huge celebrity, though, right?
Even Matt Damon's kind of that way, and I like Matt Damon. Yeah,
he's the same character in every
so is
single
Brad
movie.
Pitt. Brad Pitt wins an Academy Award.
Brad Pitt's the same character.
Except for 12 Monkeys in that one. He was all kind of, hey.
I like all Brad Pitt movies where he's not a pretty boy.
Yeah, I like Brad Pitt. The funny thing was when he won the Academy Award, I was like, okay, he just did another movie where he was Brad Pitt. Yeah, whatever.
Well, that's why Joaquin shouldn't have won for Joker or whatever. Did he win for Joker?
He did. Why shouldn't he have won for Joker?
Because he's just playing the same character he's played in the last 5 fucking films.
I don't know. That his Joker performance is pretty fucking astonishing.
He's kind of the same.
We might have to agree to disagree on that one.
Right.
I think he's been pretty good. But
You want to talk about the in-between?
can we talk in between? Does that mean we don't have to talk
We'll
about...
talk about it tomorrow.
At the in-between.
Everybody have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
The Minute of the